Shabbat Shalom. Bardaku et Yahweh. Bardaku et Yahweh Hamevarak. Baruch atah Yahweh Hamevarak le Elam Vayet. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech ha'alam. Asher bekar benu makol hamayim wenatan lanu ha-torah. Baruch atah Yahweh notan ha-torah. Blessed be Yahweh. Blessed be Yahweh the Blessed One. Blessed are you, Yahweh, our Elohim, King of the universe, who selected us from all the peoples and gave us your Torah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, giver of the Torah. Master, we come to you today thanking you for all things. We come to you with bowed head and humble hearts. Master, we ask that you turn not a deaf ear to our cries today, but that you would give ear to our supplications. Hear when we call unto you, Yahweh. Hear when we call unto you, O King, for we are trying to be obedient to thy word. Forgive us of our sins, Master, and cleanse us of all unrighteousness, that our prayers be not hindered this morning. Look upon our hearts, O King, and hear the meditations of our heart, and may the words of our mouth be pleasing unto you. We come to you today, Master, to bless you. We come to adore you, to lift you up, to praise you with our hearts, with our minds, with our hands, and with our voices. We thank you, O King, for life, health, and strength, food, clothing, and shelter, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We thank you that you have kept us, you have covered us, you have delivered us, and you are our Redeemer, you are our Savior, and our Healer. And we thank you this day. O Master, this is the day that you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. And we wait for you, O King. You say those that wait upon you should not be disappointed, but we wait upon you until you take us back into the land, O King, that you said that you would test us in the same manner that you tested our ancestors, and you said that you would rid us of the rebels. O Master, we are not rebellious unto you this day. Master, we come out today, for you said that you rested on the seventh day, and we shall also rest. Master, we don't take your words lightly. We don't fling them behind us, O King, but they weigh heavy with our hearts. So we are obedient to you today. So we ask, Master, that you will look upon the needs and the desires of those that are here today, O King, and that you will bless us, Master, and that we are obedient to your word. We thank you that you have kept our children this week, that you have brought them home safely to us this entire week. Oh, Master, we ask that you will continue to go with us until we meet here again. This is our prayer.
say Shabbat Shalom. Oh, come on. Shabbat Shalom. This is the day Yahweh has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. My thoughts and my prayers are with Sister Gabby. She's not feeling well this afternoon. And I say to her, Shalom, we are praying for you. We are with you. And we hope to see you very, very soon. And I know your mom is with you. We miss you. We love you. And may we send you speedy health and recovery to you. For those who are watching by stream and those who are watching in the chat room, I say to you, Shalom. For this is the day Yahweh has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Y'all. His name is Yahweh. 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 Here we go. Y'all don't know this? Come on. He will always be around. So keep your head high. Be strong in your faith. He will never let you down. Here we go. He will always care. His love will cover you. He will never fail. His word will shelter you. Shelter you. Shelter you. Here we go, y'all. His name is Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Come on, verse 1. He will be up by night. Come on. He will always be around. So keep your head high, be strong in your faith. He will never let you down. Here we go. Why? Because he will always care. His love will cover you. He will never fail. His word will shelter you. Shelter you. Shelter you. His name is there you go. Hey, guys. Come on. Yahweh. that his word, come on, that he will always care. His love will cover you. Hey, he will never fail. His word will shelter you. Shelter you. Shelter you. His name is Yahweh. 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 Come on, when you get to the land, what are you going to say? Here we go. Yeah, Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies, you say Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Here we go. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Come on. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Here we go. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. 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 I can't wait till to get to the land and call out that name and give all praises and joy. Come on, we say, Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. You know, I'm a shock some of y'all. When we are in worship here, everything we do goes to the Most High. So even in the chat room, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm about to shock you. What do you think worship is going to look like in the land? It literally brings tears to my eyes. What do you think worship is going to be like if you can't do it here, you ain't going to do it there. Now, I'm not one to say anything about how you worship, about what's important to you when you worship. But we talk about going to the land. What do you think going to happen when you hear that voice, when Yahweh says something, when he teaches us Torah, and our King David walks in the midst of us? What do you think worship is going to be like? Just to call on that name, Yahweh. And when he responds to that joy and that admiration and that love that comes from your spirit, just to hear him say, well done. I hear you. I hear you. I want to hear it some more. And we begin to worship and we bow down before him. Oh, I can't wait to see King David, our king, and the sages and the prophets when we gather. Oh, we had a good time yesterday. We had a fantastic time yesterday. But don't you know we were just practicing? Can you imagine in the land what Pesach looks like? I just go to your imagination and understand, in the land, do you know what Pesach is going to look like? When these tribes come before him and they bring in the offering. I don't know if you could actually fathom that. Because we are here in this crazy world. We are strangers here in this crazy world. But we are being taught. We are being prepared. So when we get there, it doesn't catch us unaware. We're going to already know, and our joy is going to be so great. We're not going to be stumbling because we're being prepared. So I'm telling you, prepare your worship. You can't wait to get to the land of worship if you're not doing it now. It's not going to be some injection. Like, oh, no, do it now. Do it now, do it now, do it now. So when you get there, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. When you get there, it's going to be like, whoa, I know this. It's familiar. I know this. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm good. Because there are going to be those who are going to be there. Other nations that are going to be there. They don't know how to worship. They ain't got a clue. But you do. You do. You do, you do, you do. You know why you do? Because we have been practicing for years, decades. And the generations that follow behind us, decades and decades and decades. So when we appear in the land, we're going to be on one accord. We're going to be on one accord. And I'm telling you, the worship there, oh my goodness, all those voices giving praise and honor to the Most High, and King David dancing in your presence. Can you see that? All the musicians playing all in one accord, all the beautiful voices giving all praise to the Most High, screaming out his name, Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Oh my goodness.
Maybe it's because I'm a worshiper. I'm not perfect, by no means. But I know one thing that I got connected with him is the ability to worship. It's the ability to call on that name. And something in my body stirs up. Something in my spirit stirs up. I would see my mom worship every day. Not just on the Sabbath. She worshiped every day. And I saw how the glory of Yahweh would be all over her. Understand something. We're not playing church here. We have teaching, awesome teaching from our teachers, preparing us for the land, getting us ready for the land. So we won't be guessing what's next. We know what's next. We know the feast. We know how to prepare ourselves for the feast. We know the dietary laws. All these things are for us to be prepared that when we walk into the land, you walk with your head high. When he puts flesh on your bones and he gives you pneuma. It's familiar. I've been here before. I know this. I'm like, yes, I know this. I know this. What do you need me to do, Rabbi? What do you need me to do? Well, I know this. Where is my place? Where do you need me? He looks at Rabbi and he says, Rabbi, you've been a good and faithful servant. Come sit with the Kohanim. Sean, you've been an awesome teacher, young man. Come sit with the Kohanim. Brother Kevin, you've been a good worshiper. Come sit with the Levi. Have a seat. Brother Beacom, oh, I've heard your prayers. Oh, I heard your prayers. And I need you to pray over the Pesach right now. I need you, Brother Beacom. I need you to give me that prayer, Brother Beacom. Oh, my goodness. Do you understand? I'm sorry. You ain't got to film this. Cut me off. Do you understand something? We are not here just to sit in these goddamn seats and do nothing. He's preparing you. Oh, he's preparing you. Oh, he's preparing you. You can't look at now. Now, it's practice. And it's good practice. You know why it's good practice? Because it's good for the soul. It's good for your spirit. It's good for your spirit. Any athlete will tell you, you ain't nothing without practice. You ain't nothing without good practice. First Tabernacle Fellowship, we in good practice. So when we come into the land, what you need me to do? I know this. I've had good teaching and good practice, Father. Where you need me to go? And that's where you want to be. And my only prayer to you is this. When you worship with your pure heart. Not because I told you to, and not because I'm on this keyboard screaming with my old voice. Do it from your heart. Because understand something. Understand something. In that time when you're by yourself and you want to call on the Most High, sometimes it may be in a situation where you're going to have to worship. You're going to have to worship. And you can bring up, listen, you can bring up what he's done before and you can bring it to his attention. But like when you want something from your partner, yeah, you bring up some things before, but you cozy up. Honey, you know what I need? And that's the way with the Father because he is a spirit of emotion. If not, what are we doing? What are we doing? I get all the teaching. I know that. I know that he is a Yah of teaching. I get it. Principles, I get all that. But he made us emotional. All I'm saying, and I didn't mean to take no time, I'm done. All I'm saying is this. When you worship, understand something. Worship here. Learn how to connect with your Yah through worship. Because when you get to the land, oh my goodness, don't wait. Don't wait. Don't look at somebody and say, this how we do it? No, you want to go in there already. Prostrate. We in good practice. I'm done. I'm sorry, didn't mean to take your time. Oh, my goodness.
It's always good to be here, and it's always good to see you. Our ability to accomplish the things that the Most High desires from us comes out of the depth of our soul. And our expressions come out of the depth of our soul. Who we are in our relationship with the Most High comes out of the depths of our soul. And to be able to express ourselves in a mannerism that is worthy of the Most High is through the medium of worship. We all worship in different kinds of ways. We who teach, we get excited, and we get moved by the fact that that spirit comes on us in delivering the Most High's word in our study and preparation. Worship leaders, they express it in a whole different way. And we as participants, we receive it in all different ways. But let us all remember that the one thing that we have in common is the Most High. And we worship. Here's the difference. We worship only Him. Come on now. Come on now. We worship only Him. Ain't got no sidekick. We worship the Most High. So thank you, Kevin, for that admonition. Today. Oh, I forgot my phone. Bring me my phone, please. I need it. Thank you. Got information that I need. Come on. I'll step to the side so you don't be in the camera. Goodness gracious, Lord, have mercy. I have for you today Brother Sean, ambassador, and my assistant. He has finally accepted the title of being the junior rabbi, so the junior rabbi is not teaching today. But I have a young man who's going to teach to you today. He has been with us for the number of years that makes his completion 7 years. He has sat, he has learned, he has studied. And I'm very, very proud to give him this opportunity before this podium to share with you today. Trey Beverly. Trey Beverly is going to come and teach you today. You can follow him on the YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel, YHWH.Heals11. Follow him on the YouTube channel. He also has a TikTok. You turned me off. He also has a TikTok channel, I didn't bring my glasses. Tree of Yah 11 on his TikTok channel. And he's going to teach today, and I want you all to pray for him and give him your undivided attention. Trey Beverly.
Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me clearly on here? Okay. First of all, I would just like to. I'm highly honored by this moment, as Rabbi said. I've studied here for about 7 years, and it has been nothing but healing to my soul, to my being. I'm the type of individual where before I came here, I told the Most High, like, if I can't live a life understanding how to be pleasing to you, I really don't see my purpose. And so I came here. I heard Rabbi speaking the truth. I seen that he was a man that loved the word and loved Yahweh and want to teach his message instead of having an alternative motive. So I've been here ever since. Yahweh is not just a authoritative person to me. He has been my father since I came out the womb, and he has spoken to me since very young age. So to actually be on that spiritual journey of knowing better and doing better, and for the Most High to lead me here and put me in this situation, I give my whole life and respect to the Most High. And not only has he led me here just from far as the scriptorial knowledge, but I have what some of us call experiential knowledge with the Most High. So I just want to first bring that in there. I love Yahweh, my Father. Thank you, Yah, so much for giving me these opportunities to represent you for our people. And secondly, I'd like to thank my mother. She is the other one. Without Yahweh and my mother, like, I probably wouldn't even know how to love like that. Like, Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. My mother has been right with Yah like an angel of peace in my life. I've seen her. She can be protective, like Yah can be, but the way she loves is, I can almost get emotional. My mom, if my mom loves you, she will give you the shirt off her back. If you need help and she has food, she will give you half of her food and probably even more. You know, so watching her and listening to Yah is it's just been a blessing. And I see the blessings even through the challenges that, you know, we all go through and have in life. Thirdly, I would like to thank Rabbi Robert B. Holman Jr. Yeah. This man is truly a man of Yah, and we all know that Yah needs a vessel to speak for him. So everything we're seeing here at FTF, all the streams that we do and all the information that people are hearing, a lot of it starts off with Rabbi being obedient to the Most High and being that vessel to reach other people and young men like me, Johan, and everybody in here. So that is my third person I wanted to acknowledge was Rabbi for being the awesome man of Yah that he is. Thank you also, Kohen, Mr. Appleton right here. A man of his children, a family man, a man of the community, a man of Yah, a man who really loves the Most High's word. I mean, how can you go wrong? He's a musician as well. Kohen Appleton is a great man, great vibes. I have learned so much from you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart from the time and the energy that you put in order for us to try to get correctly this torah that is pleasing to the Most High. Musician, Mighty Kev. Mighty Kev, yes sir, Mighty Kev. I thank you, brother. You came on today. I didn't think I need to speak. Yes, the music, the vibes, and we all know that Most High uses music. Music is a key thing. One of the situations with Elijah, when they needed a prophetic word from him, the first thing he said was, get me a musician. And Judah, we all know tribe of Judah leads out in praise. So, Kev, I mean, we are all a major teamwork right here. So, behalf of everybody, from the women to the young children, everybody in here, I appreciate y'all and all y'all viewing by stream, Israel, Yisrael, everywhere. We appreciate y'all. Let's work hard and let's get back on right track so we can be pleasing to the Most High and not repeat the same steps that our ancestors have made. Okay, now let me pull up my presentation. I'm sorry, I got into it. I forgot to pull it up. No. Is it here? Oh, okay. We all celebrated Passover last night. I hope y'all got, round of applause for that. I hope y'all got the yeast out y'all house. I hope y'all feeling good over that little wine we had last night. Got a little sleep in and stuff. Oh, you want to point at me? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay. So for people that are viewing the stream, I want to start off first with giving y'all this history of Pesach and Passover, because we all know this is a festival that has to do with our redemption of coming out of Mitzrayim. So, if y'all will, can y'all go to the famous Exodus 12 with me? and we're going to start off doing some reading because we all know is Yah's word does a lot of the teaching itself. So let's read, y'all. And I'll read from verse, let's see here. I'll read probably down from 1 to 22. All right, y'all. Let's get some reading in here. We are in Exodus chapter 12, and we're going to start off at verse 1. It says, Yahweh spoke to Moshe and Aharon in the land of Mitzrayim. He said, you are to begin your calendar with this month. It will be the first month of the year for you. And it says, speak to all the assembly of Israel and say, on the 10th day, listen to this, on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb or kid for his family, one per household. And if you notice right there, we celebrate Passover on the 14th day of the first month, right? So it's to keep in mindful right here that when we are in the land, there is something that needs to go on the 10th day, as we just read. Okay, so keep that in mind. Verse 4, except that if the household is too small for a whole lamb or kid, now this kid is an animal, then he and his next door neighbors should share one, dividing it in portions to the number of people eating it. Key part, eat it. Your animal must be without defect, a male in its first year, and you may choose it from either the sheep or the goats. Verse 6, you are to keep it until the 14th day of the month, and then the entire assembly of the community of Israel will slaughter it at dusk. They are to take some of the blood and smear it on two sides of the top of the door frame at the entrance of the house in which they eat it. Again, you better eat it. Y'all said, you make sure you say eat it. That night they are to eat the meat, roasted, and fire. They are to eat it with matzah and maror. Don't eat it raw or boiled, but roasted in fire, with its head, the lower parts of its legs, and its inner organs. Let nothing of it remain till morning. If any of it does remain, burn it up completely. You know, we ate all that lamb yesterday. It was so fire. We ain't had nothing that we needed to burn up. All right, 11. Here is how you are to eat it. With your belt fastened, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, you are to eat it hurriedly. It is Yah's Pesach Passover. For that night I will pass through the land of Mitzrayim and kill all the firstborns in the land of Egypt, both men and animal. I will execute judgment against all the little gods of Egypt. I am Yod-He Vav-He. The blood will serve as a sign, marking the houses where you are. When I see the blood, I will pass over. Hebrew, Pesach. You, when I strike the land of Mitzrayim, the death blow will not strike you. This is a day for you to remember and celebrate as a festival to Yahweh from generation to generation. Where is it at? From generation to generation, you are to celebrate by a perpetual regulation. Verse 15, for 7 days you are to eat matzah. So now everybody, I hope y'all got some matzah because we need to eat some matzah for these coming 7 days. On the first day, remove the leaven from your houses. For whoever eats hamatz, leavened bread, from the first to the 7th day is to be cut off from Israel. On the first and 7 days, you are to have an assembly set aside for Yah. On these days, no work is to be done, except that each must do to prepare his food. You may only do that. You are to observe the festival of Matzah, for on this day I brought your divisions out of the land of Egypt. Pay attention to that part. Therefore, you are to observe from this day, from generation to generation, by a perpetual regulation, From the evening of the 14th day of the first month until the evening of the 21st day, you are to eat matzah. During those 7 days, no leaven is to be found in your houses. Whoever eats food with Hamas in it is to be cut off from the community of Israel. It does not matter whether he is a foreigner or a citizen of the land. Eat nothing with Hamas in it. Wherever you live, eat matzah. I'll finish this last paragraph. Then Moshe called for all the leaders of Israel and said, select and take lambs from your family and slaughter the Pesach lamb. Take a bunch of oregano leaves and dip it in the blood which is in basin and smear it on 2 sides and top of the door frame. Then none of you is to go out the door of his house until morning, for Yahweh will pass through to kill the Egyptians. But when he sees the blood on top and on the 2 sides, Yahweh will pass over the door and will not allow the slaughterer to enter your houses and kill you. You are to observe this as a law, you and your descendants forever. So Yahweh makes it very clear right there that we are to keep this Passover forever. And he gives us the instructions on not to eat Hamas, and he gives clear instructions on here. So I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but I also want us to keep in mind that when we go to chapter 13 of Exodus, and I want to read starting at, let's see here, at verse 6. Okay, cool. And it says, for 7 days you are to eat matzah, and the 7th day is to be a festival for Yah. Matzah is to be eaten throughout the 7 days. Neither Hamas nor leavening agents are to be seen with you throughout your territory. On that day, you are to tell your son, it is because of what Yah did for me when I left Egypt. Verse 9, moreover, it will serve you as a sign on your hand and as a reminder between your eyes, so that Yah's Torah may be on your lips, because with a strong hand Yah brought you out of Egypt. Therefore you are to observe this regulation at its proper time, year after year. And I want to specifically read that part because as you can see right here, when Yah is giving us instructions, he's saying on verse 9, says, moreover, it will serve as a sign on your hand and as a reminder between your eyes, so that Yah's Torah may be on your lips. So it seems to me that by us observing this festival, that we are placing, of course, Yah's spirit more within our hearts to be more acceptable, and it'd be easier for us to keep his commandments. Because he says by doing this, he says so that, right here, so that Yah's Torah may be on your lips. So that is a key point that I want to bring out right there. And I'll do one more before I start going on this slide. If you go to me to Shemot, which is Exodus chapter 23, please. And we'll start at 14. Exodus 23, and let's see here, 14. Okay, it says, 3 times a year you are to observe a festival for me. Keep the festival of Matzah for 7 days. As I ordered you, you are to eat Matzah at the time determined in the month of Aviv, for it was in the month that you left Mizraim. No one is to appear before Yah empty-handed. So I hope we didn't appear before Yah empty-handed. That is one of the things right there. And I want to go, and if you go down to verse 20 right here, because this is the key part that I wanted us to get and understand. It says, I am sending an angel ahead of you to guard you on the way and bring you to the place I have prepared. Pay attention to him. Listen to what he says and do not rebel against him, because he will not forgive any wrongdoing of yours, since my name resides in him. And then he says, I'll finish this off. He says, but if you listen to what he says and do everything I tell you, then I will be an enemy to your enemies and a foe to your foes. So this is a reminder for us right here that we have angelic protection with us when we are walking in these commandments, in these ways of the Most High. So as Yah, have you heard through Yah's Torah many a times, we are not supposed to fear anything but the Most High. And the Most High gives us that protection. So that is a key part I wanted to remind us, that we have angelic protection when we are keeping these ways of the Most High. All right, y'all. Let me get into it a little more. Happy Pesach, Passover, and Feast of Matzah. Okay, so prepare your sacrifices if we was in the land. We just read right here in Exodus 12, 1 through 5. When you go through on verse 5, it says, offer a sheep or a goat. So this would be our sacrifice if we were in the land. And I also wanted y'all to, if you will, go with me to Ezekiel chapter 45, because this is going to go on the first day of the month for us. Yep, let's see here, Ezekiel 45, and then you can go, you can go to 20, start on 18. Ezekiel 45, verse 18, please. Okay. Yahweh Elohim says this, on the first day of the first month, you are to take a young bull without defect and purify the sanctuary. So a little backstory on this. This is, Ezekiel is going over the instructions over, when you go to verse 1 of 45, he says, when you divide the land by lot for your inheritance. So he's going out through the inheritance and the areas where the Kohanim, how wide their space can be, and the lots for the different tribes. And then he starts talking about the prince. And right now we are in exile, so we do not have a prince yet. But if you will go back to verse 18, I could finish reading it for y'all. I just forgot to give y'all that backdrop on what's going on in this chapter. Okay, so Yahweh, I'll read it again. Yahweh Elohim says that on the first day of the first month, you are to take a young bull without defect and purify the sanctuary. The Kohanim will take some of the blood from the sin offering and put it on the doorframe of the house, on the four corners of the altar ledge, and on the support of the gate in the inner courtyard. 20. You are also to do this on the seventh day of the month for everyone who has sinned inadvertently or through ignorance. Thus you will make atonement for the house. Verse 21. On the 14th day of the first month, you are to have Pesach, a festival 7 days long. Matzah will be eaten. And here, listen to this, 22. On that day, the prince will provide. The prince will provide for himself and for all the people of the land a young bull as a sin offering. 23. On the 7 days of the feast, he is to provide a burnt offering for Yahweh, 7 young bulls and 7 rams without defects daily for 7 days. A male goat daily as a sin offering. He is to provide as a grain offering a bushel of grain for a young bull and a bushel for a ram, and for each bushel of grain, a gallon of olive oil. So, of course, we all need to know that it's always best to read the whole book, and it's always best to read the whole chapter. But as you can see on verse 22, and if you go through this chapter, it says, on that day, the prince will provide these bulls, because we just read up in here in Exodus chapter 12 that what? We are supposed to prepare the sheep or a goat, right? But when we are in the land, the prince will provide these 7 young bulls and these 7 rams without defect daily for 7 days. So this starts on the first day of the first month. So this is what the prince will do basically on our New Year's. So I want to go over that with you guys to let you know on that part. Okay, so historical types of Passovers. Does anybody kind of have an idea what I mean when I put historical types of Passovers? No? Okay, so let me just go ahead and show y'all then. Okay, so types of Pesachs. We have the Pesach festival that is in the land, which I put is very joyful because that's the goal. That's where we want to be, right? Then we have the Passover festival that is in exile, that we are in right now, but it is what it is because we rather have it in the land. And then we have the Pesach festival that is in exile, leading to a exodus, which I call the Pesach of joy and pain. And the reason why I call that the Pesach for joy and pain, because if we put ourselves in this situation right now, and it was yesterday, it would probably be a little difficult for us to just get up and leave all our possessions and go and leave. That's different than the Passover we had where we just go back home. This is a Pesach where, for us, we be leaving a lot of people that we grew up with, youth. We only knew this area. A lot of our materials, we won't be able to take that with us. So for this exile, for this Pesach that is going into an exodus, when Pesach comes, we need to be mindful and have that mind of preparation of willing to leave. Because this is the whole goal in the first place, right? So that is what I meant over the different historical types of Pesachs. And so the Pesach that I'll mainly be going over today is the Pesach of joy and pain. Okay, it's a big one for y'all too. Does Yahweh add to Torah his commands? That is the question. Okay. Okay. Well, help me out. Let me see this. Okay, so far from what I've seen, according to his word, the answer seems, I put seem, because I didn't go over this with you yet, Rabbi. So I say it seems to be yes, and I have 2 examples of why I make the statement. Example, Adam and Eve, as far as I can tell, didn't celebrate Passover. There was no captivity that they were in at that time. Because Pesach is what? It's the kept to be a remembrance of us being delivered out of Mitzrayim. Adam and Eve, I could be wrong. I didn't see them being in captivity or keeping it. Maybe even down to Abraham. Who knows? And so my other example of that is when you go to Genesis, which is Bereshit, chapter 32, 23 and 33, this is when Yaakov wrestled with the angel. And then he won. And then what Yahweh do? He gave us a commandment. Yahweh adds a commandment not to eat the thigh muscle that passes along the hip socket. So if Yahweh said that, I don't, it seems like that was added because what? The ones before him, Abraham and them, they didn't hear that commandment of not to eat the thigh muscle. So that's where I put that it seems that Yah can if he wants to. And I'll go through one more slide that we'll go over it. So when you go to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 13, it says right here, let's go to it right now. Can you pull up Deuteronomy chapter 4, please? Verse 1. Okay, it says, now Israel, listen to the laws and rulings I am teaching you in order to follow them so that you will live. Then you will go in and take possession of the land that Yahweh, the Elohim of your fathers, is giving you in order to obey the mitzvah of Yah, your Elohim, which I am giving you. Do not add to what I am saying, and do not subtract from it. So we are not to add and subtract to Yah's word, right? That's what he just instructed us. But Yahweh did not say that he can. Because when you understand the whole point, what are the commandments for in the first place? Can anybody give me an answer? What are the commandments for in the first place that y'all would think? They're a life. So, Lifestyle. Okay. I like those. So for life, Yahweh gives us these commandments for protection. That's what I put right here, commandments for protection. So if Yahweh does give us another commandment one day, guess what? It is for our protection. And Yah can do that, but any of us, we better not add to it. So just wanted to show that to y'all. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is the Pesach preparation, and this one I structured it after the Pesach of joy and pain. So have your sacrifice ready, whether you have your own or we read in the scriptures that you can also share your sacrifice. And then it said, like we just talked about a little bit ago, are you prepared to leave? And like I just touched on, actually putting yourself in that Exodus situation. And matter of fact, while I'm on that, Sean, you had asked that question, which one of us would be ready to leave if Rabbi had to go? And I apologize because I should have raised my hand and I should have said that I just need some signs. You know what I mean? Because I got to do whatever Yah wants me to do. And if Yah tells me to leave, then I'm going to leave. You know what I mean? So, Rabbi, you're not alone, and I would love to go with you. Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah, the reason why he was leaving. But to answer your question, yes, I would love to go on this journey. And, Rabbi, you ain't got just one. Just to let you know that. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know, and it's all good. Okay, so we also have read, have a humble spirit, no yeast. So the yeast, as Rabbi went over before too, is not having a puffed up spirit. You know what I mean? Having a very humble spirit. This is also a serious situation. So be focused on Yah and his word. And as we read in Exodus chapter 13, when we keep these ways of the Most High, he helps put those things on our lips and on us and our energy. So let's see here. Oh, yeah. Shemot. Yeah, we read that one. right here at Shemot 13:9, so that Yah's Torah may be on your lips, because the whole thing of we celebrate this is to remember. You know, that's a key thing that helps me is remembering, because sometimes in life we feel certain ways about our situations and what is going on, what has happened to us, what's not going on. But a good thing that helps me is I remember the things that Yah has done for me. And when I do that, that gives me strength. This is the same thing that Yah is saying with us. Remember this, because when you remember these ways and remember what I've done for you, it will give you strength. I ain't done yet. Okay. So also, all right. Okay. So also, be prepared for foreigners either joining with us, because we know that when we're in the land, we welcome foreigners to come and celebrate the feast with us. And I just want to know, y'all, when we're reading foreigners, it ain't just talking about the Greeks and you know, white people or whatever. It's foreigners is going to look totally different type of hues and colors, okay? So guess what? So we need to, it says that we should take Pesach off from work, right? That will help us to have enough energy to do the tasks for the festival. Also for us to be in teaching mode. So at this time it is important to get rest. Because if we don't have no rest at this time, you're not going to feel like doing the things of the temple correctly. When people are coming and they need to learn about these different things, if you're tired, that's going to affect you. So when these foreigners do come, we need, and people are trying to learn of this Torah, we need to let them know about places of Numbers 15:15, which is Bamidbar, Shemot, Exodus 12:48, Isaiah 60:3, Zechariah 2:11, the story of Ruth and Naomi. The 12 tribes come from 4 women that wasn't Hebrews themselves. Isaiah chapter 56:6, and we need to let these people know that it is about the Spirit, because we all know you could be full blood born Judah, but guess what? If you don't keep these ways of the Most High, it don't mean nothing. So Yahweh gonna take someone that's gonna listen to His word over you thinking you so high and mighty and you don't want to do nothing. There you go. So, and also, again, remove the yeast from your house. So this is mental and physical preparation for Pesach